So there's this guy that I met in 7th grade. His family was in the military. My family was in the military. His name was Silvio Toranzo. And Silvio was a phenomenal skateboarder. I seen him. We were at the school. And after school, they would let all the kids like skate at the school. And it's the desert in 29 Palms. So it's really secluded. And there's a lot of open space. And so you got these rails, and then beyond the rails, usually dirt. Not like soft dirt, usually like hard dirt. And Silvio is just like covered in what looks to be almost like chicken pox. And he's got like chicken pox like all over his legs and all over his arms. Well, it's not chicken pox. What it is that he skates so much in the desert, and when he falls, he always lands in cactuses. So all the marks that look like chicken pox are really just from him falling into cactuses. I guess he skates late at night, like, wow, with no lighting. He's like doing big rails, and he'll just fall into cactuses. And he was just such a tough kid. It didn't even bother him. He'd skate with his shirt off. He wouldn't even like wear padding or keep himself protected. He was just a really die-hard skater. So we took a field trip and we went to San Diego, and it was like a 2-day field trip. One of the teachers that were there was from San Diego, and he had rented us a hotel like by the beach. So we're right at the beach, and they have this area where you can rent surfboards and rent bicycles and just like your normal beach stuff you can rent. So we go, and we're all from the desert. None of us have really surfed. Silvio had never surfed. Nate had surfed a little bit. I had only surfed like once, but anyway, Silvio had never surfed. And so we rent some surfboards and we go out. And during this day, it was just a random day. I don't remember, it was a weekend, but I don't remember exactly like much about it, except for the waves were big. The waves, I want to say they're like 18-foot waves. And me and Nate and the other guys were afraid to go out because the waves are so big. And Silvio just starts paddling out. He starts duck diving. He doesn't even know what a duck dive is. Like, you know how you duck dive, like the wave's coming, and you like a duck, you dive into the bottom of the wave, and then you come out the other side of the wave, so that way the wave doesn't like wash you up. Well, Silvio was doing that, and nobody like told him to do it. He was just doing it naturally. So that was cool, just watching him do that. So Silvio goes all the way out, and he's just trying to catch waves. He's missing here and there. He's not really like doing much. And then we see him, he gets up on a wave, and he's just riding down this giant wave. Kind of looks like Pipeline in Hawaii. And he's just going for it. And it starts to barrel. So he's like in the barrel, and we can see his like silhouette through the water. And he was a jacked dude. He didn't even work out. He was just one of those kids who was just naturally jacked. And he's just going through the barrel, and then he comes out the other side of the barrel. And then somehow the wave starts to like form again, like another barrel. So he goes in the barrel, and he's just going through this barrel. Keep in mind, this is the first time he's ever surfed. And we're all just like looking in amazement. We're just like, yo, like he looks like a pro surfer. And he's not even a surfer. He's a skater. And so the teacher sees how good Silvio is, so he starts filming him, and just gets he was out there for like 2 hours. He just filmed Silvio the whole time. So he's got 2 hours of footage of Silvio just out there for the first time riding waves. Well, the teacher was like, he wasn't, back in his younger days, he was a surfer, but he wasn't like that good. He always tried to go pro, but he could never make it to go pro because he wasn't good. But the guys that he surfed with were good, and some of them did go pro. So he had connections to pro surfers. So he takes the footage of Silvio and sends it in to somebody who's friends with Kelly Slater, the pro surfer. Anyway, somehow Kelly Slater gets a hold of the footage and sees Silvio surfing. He says, he's like, I want to meet this kid. And so, and this all happened very quickly, like from getting the tape sent in to, and keep in mind, this wasn't digital, this was a VHS camcorder. So by the time that Kelly Slater is meeting with Silvio, it's like 3 days later. It happened very, very fast. Hold on, guys. I gotta take a drink. So yeah, so he has a sit down. He's talking to Silvio. He's like, you know, asking about his life. Hey, where'd you grow up? Where are you from? How old are you? What grade are you in? What are you studying? What do you want to be when you get out of school? You know, just the normal chit chat, normal talk, trying to get to know somebody. And he asked Silvio, you know, like, he didn't know that Silvio, this was his first time surfing. He says, so how long have you been surfing? Silvio's like, well, I don't surf. He's like, I'm a skater. And Kelly's like, yo, he's like, you don't surf? This was your first time? He's like, yeah. And Kelly thinks he's completely lying. He's like, dude, there's no way you're gonna, he's like, I saw you in the barrel. You're in the barrel, you come out of the barrel, and then you barrel again. He's like, I can do that, and I'm a pro surfer, and people who aren't pro can't do that. And Silvio is just, keep in mind, Silvio's a skater, and Silvio is dedicated to skateboarding. He's not even thinking about surfing. He wants to dedicate his life to skateboarding. He wants to be, at the time, I think Ryan Sheckler was famous at the time. He wants to be like, you know, Ryan Sheckler, Tony Hawk, Dave Mirra, all those guys. So when Kelly starts talking to him, he realizes, yo, this kid doesn't even want to surf. He just got lucky and got some footage, and the footage got sent to me. But Kelly believed in this kid and saw his talent. So Kelly's like, all right, you skate? He's like, yeah. And Kelly says, I don't know if you guys know this, but Kelly Slater also skateboards. So they go to the 29 Palm skate park, or sorry, Yucca Valley skate park, and they're skating. Kelly Slater is actually really, really good. He's probably could go pro if he wasn't a pro surfer. But they're skating, and Kelly notices that Silvio is really good, but he's not that good at skateboarding. So Silvio kind of breaks it down. He's like, listen, dude, he's like, I know you love skateboarding, and I realize that that's your passion, but you can't ride switch. You can't ride rails very well. And if you pursue this, you'll probably never go pro. But I saw you surfing for your first time, and you were doing things that pros can do, and it was your first time. He says, if you dedicate yourself to surfing, he says, I will do you a favor. He says, I will coach you for free. I will help you with whatever you need. I will buy you the best surfboard. I'll get you all the best clothes. At the time, Kelly Slater was sponsored by Rip Curl and O'Neill. And so he was able to use his sponsorship and to kind of like piggyback Silvio onto his sponsorship. So Silvio went to O'Neill, and they treated him like a pro skater. And they're just like, hey, you know, they had these special blue cards. And a blue card was a, it was like an all-you-can-eat buffet, but it was for the Rip Curl and O'Neill stores. And Silvio immediately got one of these cards. They do the same thing for Boston Market. Boston Market has a black card. If you have a black card, you can eat at all Boston Markets for free for a lifetime. And that's kind of like what this blue card was. And so Silvio goes in, and he's stoked, you know, he's getting treated like royalty. He's hanging out with Kelly Slater. And the week before, he's falling into cactuses, skateboarding at the middle school in 29 Palms. So this is all a big change. The cool thing about Silvio was he was loyal to his friends. So even though he's like a big shot now hanging out with Kelly Slater, he brought all of us with him. We all got to go with him. Slater was friends with big time filming guys. Slater was friends with celebrities. He got invited to all the special parties, even Diddy parties. Because this is back when Diddy was still like, he was Diddy, not like now he's like Diddy, you know. Back then he was like the man. Now he's not the man. But yeah, so and I don't even know if I should tell you guys about that. I'll save that for the next time. I'll save the Diddy thing for next time. But yeah, so Silvio brings us all around. There's probably a good like 8 of us, but we circulate out because a lot of us had things we had to do. Like some of us went to different classes. Some we were mostly all Marine kids, and so a lot of us would have to go because our parents would be stationed in one spot for a couple months and then we'd have to move. But I would say the group of us were like 8 solid guys. Me, Nate, Silvio, Jane, Amanda, what was her name? Stephanie Perez, and JoJo Smith. That's what it was, yeah. And so we're just all there. We're just having a great time. We're living life, hanging out with Kelly Slater. Slater's bringing us to wherever we want to go. Slater, I don't know if you guys know this about Slater, but Slater, he cannot say no. Anything you ask him is like, yes. Hey, can we go here? Yes. Hey, can we go here? Well, no, but my driver can bring you there. Can we do this? Well, I can't really do it, but you can take the credit card and go. And that's the way Slater was. Slater, like, just paid for everything. Here, take the card. Here. Oh, here's the PIN number. Yeah, go to the ATM, get cash. Oh, you need a plane ticket? Yeah, just swipe the card. Slater wanted to give back to his community, because I think when Slater was a kid, he didn't have nobody to like really guide him, and he had no father figure. So now he's trying to like play this father figure with us and these kids. So as Silvio starts surfing more and more and more, he's progressively getting better every single day. Like, he's doing barrels, he's doing zuzus, he's doing wham whams, he's doing all these things that only the pro surfers can do. He's getting to the top of the wave and doing a hang 10, and then stepping back and doing a hang 5, and then lifting 3 toes up and doing a hang 2. And not even Slater could do a hang 2. It was amazing watching him do hang 2s out there in Huntington Beach, Surf City, showing off to everybody on the pier. People were filming, and everybody's like, who's that? And everybody's like, that's Silvio Toranzo! Silvio Toranzo! Man, it was off the hook. Tosh Townend, man, that's when he was coming up. And he was like, yo, who's this